I think this is all a distraction from the files. Cocaine that was discovered in the White House. If it's not just any more in our face, guys, come on. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another video of Bo Unpacked. Today, we're gonna step away from the files a little bit and we're gonna talk a little bit about our government. Yes, our government. It's been so well since Trump's got in office. You know, the president of peace, starting wars, siding with, Philadelphia, as Coach Colin calls it. Because, YouTube will suppress our videos if we say the word of our greatest allies. Isn't that funny? That's what we're going to dive into today. The breaking news, though, today is the 22nd, and the breaking news today is that somebody broke in on Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. Now, right out the gate, what do you guys think this is? Files coming out, stuff's getting hot. Everyone's creating their ways to sift through the files. I've seen that they're deleting files as people were going through them. But, there's internet sleuths out there that's already gotten everything and downloaded everything. Now they're just going through them. So they can do what they want. Another topic a little bit I want to touch on is all these politicians that are going in and checking all these unredacted names. Why aren't they coming out with them? With the unredacted names, I can understand why, names can't come out, but at the same time, we're the public. They're supposed to serve us, and if politicians and these high power people that are supposed to serve us are in these files and are doing wrongdoing, then yes, we are supposed to know and we deserve to know. So again, I just think it's really messed up as far as that and why they're not coming out with the names. But let's dive into it so we don't run too long. I know our other videos were super long. These are probably going to be long. Honestly, all my first few videos are going to be pretty long, and maybe every video. I'm not too sure, guys, but if you guys hang out, thank you very much. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and let's just jump right into it. So today at Trump's residence, he had a guy, a 20-year-old, go onto his residence with a shotgun and a gasoline can. And yeah, here's the video from today from Fox News.
My name's Rick Bradshaw. I'm the sheriff in Palm Beach County. I have with me from the FBI, Special Agent in Charge Brett Skiles, Special Agent in Charge Rafael Barrios from the Secret Service. Also, I have Resident Agent in Charge David Clancy. At 1:30 this morning, the security detail detected that a individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene. I'll give you a picture of the shotgun and the gas can to have with you. So that's what we know now. The investigation continues. The FBI is the lead investigation agency on this case, and we will be assisting them in whatever manner they would like. And they will be responsible for answering any other questions at an appropriate time. Agent Skiles.
All right, so there you have it. He tried to go onto his residence. Supposedly, he put the gas can down, raised his shotgun to a shooting position, and they opened fire on him. Now, what do you guys think this is? I think this is all a distraction from the files. Maybe not, but you never know. I think this guy was paid off. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's factual or not. So that's just allegedly, maybe, perhaps. But I think it's just kind of a cover-up to guide us away from the files that are out and everything that's coming out about everyone and all these higher-end people. they even got the release of the cocaine that was discovered in the White House. Supposedly it was Hunter Biden's, but, that's what they say. It wasn't. They don't know, but we all know who it was. I mean, the guy has videos of him sniffing his nose and doing all sorts of stuff, and he just has a history, right? So we all know it was his. Of course, they're going to come out with it right now. The guy going on Mar-a-Lago. And then, of course, you also got President Trump talking about UFOs and extraterrestrials. Of course. So he goes, based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. Now, if you guys haven't seen the interview with Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Trump, they're all coercing with one another because of these files. They weren't really close buddies before. There's pictures of Trump and Clinton back in the day, but they've all had their differences. But of course, since the files came out, they seem to, coercing with one another and, doing these things. If you haven't seen that interview with Barack, he said he was asked about aliens, and he said, yeah, they're real, but I'd never seen them before.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility.
Just that first part alone. Yeah, they're real. Come on. I didn't even think he talks about Area 51, and that's not where they're kept. I think they're kept in the ocean, but that's just my opinion. So with the Secretary of War being mentioned, I gotta touch on the whole Iran situation. The thing with Iran, our greatest ally, Philadelphia, they have had a tremendous interest in Iran for a very long time, and all of the surrounding countries around them. They have this. They have this thing with them that they need to have like control over all these countries bordering them or something like that. I could be, misunderstanding that, but that's my kind of interpretation about it. But for some reason, they've had this fix on Iran for quite a while. And of course, our government's not going to fully come out and say that's why we want to go to war with Iran. But we all know that's the reason, because here we have the aircraft carrier was spotted entering the Mediterranean Sea through the Strait of Gibraltar after being ordered to the region as part of the U.S. military buildup for possible action against Iran. So, it's right among us, guys. And, if you don't really believe me, I got a video coming up that Bibi Netanyahu is talking about Iran for the last 30 years. So check it out.
Stopped. Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the rich uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
Well, there you have it. If it's not just any more in our face, guys, come on. It's obvious who we're controlled by. There's not much more we can say other than just keep talking about it and just keep covering it. Get the word out to everybody. That's the whole point of me starting this channel. Again, It's just to get the word out. And to be honest, the files are the thing that got me to want to do my channel and to get the word out. You know, even the older generation, they rely on the news, guys. We all know who the news is run by. You know, this guy. They're all run by this right here. So if you don't believe me, just do your research, please. Look up to see who all the main media outlets are run by, who they're owned by. You know, it's right there, and how much they spend on propaganda. I mean, I think they invested millions of dollars into propaganda alone just for this year. I think it was like 5 or 10 times more than what they usually do. Again, if that doesn't tell you anything, I mean, come on. Here you have our Congress. Let's see if our Congress is America first or is Philadelphia first. You make the decision.
My name's Frankie Stocks. I'm a reporter with the Stu Peters Network. I would just love to ask you a quick question. I'm trying to ask every representative I can.
Go for it, Frankie.
That is, do you care more about the American people or Israel as a member of Congress?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive, Frankie.
Can you elaborate?
They're our best ally.
Are they? Who do you care about more, the United States or Israel? United States or Israel, sir? No answer? Should we put you down for Israel? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? It's an easy one. American people or Israel? You don't got to fake a phone call. American people or Israel? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? The American people or Israel, sir? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? No answer?
I think that Israel is one of our strongest allies in a part of the world where people are trying to harm us, and I think they need our support.
So should the U.S. continue funding Israel? Despite their links to the 9/11 or their attack on the USS Liberty? Who do you care about more, the United States or Israel?
You know what? That's kind of an odd question to ask.
Well, it's a question the American people have been asking a lot because they're starting to wake up to how much AIPAC money is flowing into the coffers of Congress.
Well, if you watch what I've done over the years since I've been here, the question about do we have some strong support for Israel, I think it would be hard to find somebody who's been more positive about it than I have. So I'm amazed sometimes at where the American people are and how they think. It's like, this is so against everything I've heard. The people who raised me are accepted. So.
Well, we have American citizens who are about to freeze to death in western North Carolina, and we're sending millions to Israel.
No, that's not a comparison.
Well, it is a comparison because the money's going out. It's all coming from the same people. It's coming from the taxpayers, sir. Who do you care?
This guy just said it's not a comparison to the American people. What are we doing here? These are the people that are supposed to represent us. This guy, this journalist, is going up to these Congress people and these representatives and asking them a simple question. People that are just supposed to out directly say, America first, Americans first. I always serve the people. We the people. That is what we stand by. It's absolutely insane. So this just goes on for, as you can see, 6 minutes. But at the very end here, we have one guy that you'll be shocked by what he says, because all the other ones just disgust me.
Quick second. I'm Frankie Stocks with the Stu Peters Network. I'm trying to ask all members I can this question. Very simple. Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel?
American people.
You are the first to have given me that answer, sir. Thank you. Yep.
American people. Number one, man. Always.
That's right, baby. American people, number one, always. Would you ever see another country saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Would you ever see that being done in their office, in their presidential office, or in their king's chambers, or anything like that? You see them saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Doing what we Americans do here? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, just take a look at our president. There you go. Touching the wall. He didn't want to kiss it. But here he is touching it. He's there. Does that look like America first to you? starts a war with Iran and gives $100 billion to Philadelphia. Or I'm sorry, take that back, to Philadelphia. Jeez Louise. You know, and if that's not enough for you, what about this? In new interview, Trump backs billions in aid to Philadelphia, expresses support for Netanyahu. I'm for Israel first. And this is from AF Post back in 2023. Before he was even president. It was right in our faces, guys. It was right in our faces. That should piss you off. Even look at this. Again, January 15th of this year gives them another $3.3 billion. This is crazy, guys, that this just keeps happening, and this is our money. We fund this. This is our money going towards this. And, you know, I don't want to get like too like on whose side I'm on what or anything like that, but I just want to stay kind of neutral on this channel. But you know, it's very hard not to when you see what's going on, and you know, you're a law-abiding citizen, and you know, you work hard, and you got a family, and you got, you know, everything, house, you got everything going for you, and then you see stuff like this. It pisses you off that this is where your money is going, and you know, and it's for people who they got free healthcare, free housing, free everything because of us. Because of us. It's all right. So here's a video of Tucker Carlson. He went to Israel, and he interviewed Mike Huckabee. He's our U.S. ambassador for over there, and let's just see what he has to say.
In the entirety of the world, there are about 16 million Jews total.
Okay.
They have connection to this land.
Do they? If Bibi's family, we know they lived in Eastern Europe. There's no evidence they ever lived here. He's not religious.
But
in what sense?
How do we know that?
Do you have his family tree? No, we don't.
Do you?
He doesn't. So no one does. That's the point.
But
so how do we know that he has any connection to this land at all?
And if there has been a practice of Judaism?
He doesn't practice Judaism in any rigorous way. His ancestors didn't live here. They didn't speak the language, and there's no evidence they ever lived here. So on what basis does he have a right to be here?
Very much speaks the language. His family has fought for the land.
You're dodging a very obvious question, which is, where does this right come from? How do we know that Bibi, specifically Bibi's ancestors, ever lived here? How do we know that?
I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Guys, he is supposed to represent us over there. And it seems like to me, he's in bed with them. He's in bed with them. And let me remind you, they're called our greatest ally. They don't even have a defense treaty with us or anything signed. Nothing. There's nothing. Okay? All there is AIPAC, and AIPAC, to me, is considered a foreign lobby. But you know, I can't really say too much on here. I don't want to I don't want sought after or anything, man. It's touchy subjects out here, especially on YouTube and all these other platforms. TikTok, man, they took over TikTok, and you can't say anything. It's all right there, guys. It's all right there in our faces. And you know, this brings us to our last point. Tucker was detained when he was leaving Israel that day. He was asked what he interviewed Mike Huckabee about. In my opinion, they kind of have a right to do that, but then again, he is an American citizen. He is talking to our representative, and you know, and what they talk about, it really shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what they talk about. It says right here on Daily Mail, Tucker Carlson detained in Israel, journalists dragged into interrogation room as explosive interview sparks diplomatic firestorm. Now, this could be a little over-exaggerated, dragged into the interrogation room. I don't think he was dragged in there. I'm sure he was brought in there and asked, and they probably did review the footage, I would assume. But who knows with Tucker, he might have told them no. But then again, that he is in their country. I don't really know how all that works, but you know, it's very interesting how they're our greatest ally, but then again, you see Bibi talking on the news saying anti-Semitism, it needs to start in the United States because that's where like the worst is. So it's just all very bullshit, if you ask me. But that's all I got today, everyone. Sound off in the comments below on what you guys think. These are just crazy times we live in right now. I was born in '93. I'll be 33 here soon. I've lived through quite a bit. 9/11, the phone, social media, the files, all this stuff. And let me tell you, I'm actually grateful for it that I'm experiencing this, because this is going to be talked about for the rest of our lives. So do your due diligence, do your research, keep talking, talk with your family members, old, young, pick their brains, see where they're at, and, find out whatever you can. And again, start a channel, start a social media, start something, and just talk about it. X, whatever you need to do. Just get the word out, okay? So that's all I got, and we'll see y'all in the next one.